Hello everyone, welcome to our lesson on language structures and conventions. I want to look again at a word that is often misused. And it is this word, whereby. We discussed this in grade 10, and I said then that students seem to like it at the moment. It's come in more and more, and they often don't use it correctly. First of all, correctly in terms of its meaning. So let's start with, what does whereby mean? It really means by means of which. So you can see already that that's actually quite clumsy. It's a conjunction, and it means that if you have an action or a system, something, and you say whereby something else happens, it means that this action or this system makes that thing happen. So if you say I have a system whereby I can do this, it means the system makes whatever it is happen. It can also mean according to which. And in grade 10 we said, for example, you have a legal document according to which something can be done. So stated in that document. All right, let's have a look at how one young person used whereby. Many of my learners are mad about soccer. So this is from a soccer match. It's the description of the player. He gets the ball, he's in the midfield, but he can't find anybody to pass it to. So he looks up and he makes a decision. And on his blog, this is what he writes. It was one of those moments whereby I would either look like a total fool or it would be something special. Just look at it again. It was one of those moments whereby I would either look like a total fool or it would be something special. So what does he do? Well, what he does is that he taps the ball forward by about a meter, he runs, and then he hits it up, up, up over everyone's heads, and it curls very nicely right into the goal. Great! So it's a lovely passage, and I really enjoy it because it's real and it's about a real student playing real football, and it's sincere. But let's go back to that word whereby. If you look at that sentence, what really was he saying? I don't want whereby. I think it's as simple as to say when. It was one of those moments when I would look like a fool or it would be something special. And I'd much rather you did that. Now why? Because for me, the minute you use whereby, you make it sound very formal and rather old-fashioned. What is your task for today? Can you read the following and then try to say it more simply? Look at this sentence carefully. It says, untouchability is the system whereby members of the lowest castes are considered unclean. This comes from a description about freedom of religion, and we're talking about a system where people of various castes are like groups, and you go from a higher class to a lower class. And it says in this particular definition that untouchability is the system whereby members of the lowest castes are considered unclean. Could you rephrase that, taking out whereby and trying to make it a little bit easier to understand? Pause and do that now. Possibly you just need to try to take out whereby and just say something like in which. untouchability is the system in which members of the lowest castes are considered unclean. If you wanted to simplify, even the word considered are thought of as unclean. Now, why did I say you should avoid whereby? Do you see? This is a very formal definition, and you get this very formal, very intellectual, quite challenging way of saying something if you use whereby correctly. So my objection to whereby, first of all, my students use it incorrectly, so the grammar is actually wrong. But secondly, in a passage such as this that's in front of you, it's correct because it's a formal description of freedom of religion. But in the football one, surely the child playing soccer should choose a simpler way of expressing himself. That's all I've got time for. From me, bye-bye.